Hey guys, what I got here is the Sony E-mount 16 to 55 millimeter f2.8 G lens. Now this is a all-in-one lens solution, fast aperture f2.8 throughout the entire range, and it's optimized for the crop factor E-mount cameras like the Sony a6400 in particular. Now it does not have optical stabilization, so it really would be ideal for the a6500 or the a6600 if you want some stabilization, but as long as you have a reasonably fast shutter, you don't need stabilization. It ends up having an effective 24 to 82.5 millimeter zoom range, which is quite a lot. Optical quality is phenomenal on this lens, as you will see in this review. By the way, if you're new to this channel, you might want to consider hitting that subscribe button. Appreciate it. So this lens actually goes for $1,398. I know, it's a lot. So for that money, you get really good build quality. It's got a dust and moisture sealed design. It's basically a little brother of the full frame GM lenses because it has the killer XD focus motor in there, which is super fast and extremely quiet, so it'll keep up with high-speed subjects as far as tracking goes. So the lens also has 17 elements in 12 groups, and it has really high-quality elements in there to ensure top-quality optics throughout the entire range. In addition, the lens elements also have a nano AR coating. On the side of this lens, it has a customizable focus hold button, autofocus, and manual focus switch, which is really nice to have that right on the lens there. It also features a 67mm filter thread on the front, and it has a fluorine lens coating on the front element, which makes it easier to clean and makes it less likely for stuff to stick to the front. So the lens has a minimum focus distance of 1.09 feet or 33 centimeters, so you can get really close to your subject, which is quite nice. The aperture diaphragm also has 9 rounded blades, which is going to give you a nice circular bokeh rendering and smooth out of focus areas. So this lens tips the scales at about 1.09 pounds or 494 grams, which is not exactly lightweight, but you do get that fast f2.8 constant aperture and the 24 to 82.5 millimeter effective range. So you are getting a nice range and a fast aperture. So that comes at the cost of a little bit of extra weight. But in the hands with the Sony a6400, it feels quite good. And with the better grip on the a6600, it'll feel even better. So the zoom feels really smooth. It's got a little bit of feedback on there, but it's not loose where it's gonna creep on you. So it's tight enough where if you're in a downward position, it's not gonna creep, or in a vertical like this. So that's nice. And the focus ring feels very good. It's nice and smooth. It's not like the most buttery focus ring I've felt, but it is really nice, and it's a linear design, so you have nice manual focus feedback. Alright, so for this next segment, I actually went down to Fallsburg Falls and took some pictures of the flowing water. We just recently got some rain, and I took along with me this new filter I just got. It's a variable ND filter from Gobi, and it's actually very affordable. It only goes for $43, so it's not the super high quality glass that you arguably always want to use. You get the best you can get, but I'm on a limited budget these days, and for $43, this performed really well, as you will see in this next segment. All right, so for this next quick segment, I actually went down to the Green Bridge, which is right down the road from my house, and I used the stabilization gimbal just to get a little bit of quick footage, and I took a couple of snapshots, but it was so cold out, it was like 20 degrees, so I was only out there for a little while. I didn't really adapt to the cold weather of the winter yet, so check that out. Alright guys, so for this next segment, I wanted to show you a Taekwondo tournament that I recently shot. I took some video footage and I also took a ton of photos for the team, and it's actually a team I belong to, so it was a great pleasure to do. Now, I'm still working on my video editing skills, just like the rest of us, but I did put together a promotional video for the team so they can share and, promote next year's events. So check out this video and let me know what you think below in the comments. That about wraps up this review for the Sony E-mount 16 to 55mm f2.8 G lens. It's a very high quality lens, as you saw in the review here. Very good build quality. One negative I did notice with this lens, that when shooting in raw quality at 16mm, there is a significant amount of distortion at the lower end. Now that's easily correctable in a program like Lightroom, but other than that, this thing is extremely well made. The focus is super fast. The video quality is great, as you saw in the Taekwondo footage. It was just tracking the focus. It could keep up with the kids coming towards me, all the kicking and everything. I was very impressed in that regard. It was great in that low light environment as well. I had fun using it. It's got a little bit of weight to it. At the end of the day, I definitely highly recommend this lens if you have the money and you want pretty much one of the best all-in-one lenses for the crop factor E-mount cameras. This is the lens to get. It's the best option right now currently. The only downside, other than the distortion, in my opinion, would be the lack of image stabilization. I really wish it had that as well, especially for the price point, but as I mentioned earlier, if you have the A65 or the A6600, you have a sensor stabilization system in those cameras. You don't really need the image stabilization so much. And of course, if your shutter speed is fast enough, you don't need image stabilization either. I really hope you got what you were looking for in this review. If you have questions, please, below the video, just ask away. If you have any comments, as far as the video goes, help me out with my video editing. Let me know if you think I can change some stuff, or you didn't like it or you did like it. I'd appreciate that feedback. It's the only way you're going to get better, Do me a favor, if you think this was a good review, can you give me a thumbs up? I'd really appreciate it, and it'll let other people know, hey, check out this review. It was a good one. Thumbs up. Alright guys, be sure to subscribe and be sure to check out the main website where my Sony E-mount lens guide is and all the other lens reviews I have. I have tons of lens reviews. I'll catch up with you guys next time. Take care.